Let's create an adjustment layer in this document and select Curves. Curves is a more advanced way to adjust colors in your image. What we see here is a representation of our color values, similar to what we saw in the Levels adjustment window. We have a histogram here in the background, and the diagonal line is what we have been seeing in the Levels window as a horizontal line, with handles controlling the black and white values of the image. So if I were to move these 2 points, either by dragging them directly or by using these 2 handles, I will get the same kind of result as with Levels. What we are missing here is the handle for the middle gray values. But what the Curves interface allows you to do is add more points, which you can move to control not only the middle grays in your image, but other levels of gray, like gray values that are between the mid gray and the white values in the image. What we can do also is use this drop-down list to control the individual color channels, red, green, and blue. I will pick red for now. Instead of just working with points on this graph, you can pick the hand tool from this interface, go to your image, and pick a point that represents the level of gray or shadows or highlights you would like to manipulate. I will go over here to the shadows of the flowers, and you can see as I'm hovering over a certain area, a small circle appears over the graph, indicating which part of the graph I will affect. I will click and drag up with this tool. The graph will get updated and add red to all of those values in the image. I can click in a different area and drag down, which will add more cyan in the image for all of the areas that have a similar tone. Before we go any further, you will have to take a brief quiz on the information we've covered so far. Now I have opened a color image of Tim. Let's create a Curves adjustment layer. This time, let's pick one of the presets we are provided with in this drop-down list. I will pick medium contrast. What we see as a result is that 2 points got added to the graph, and the resulting shape of the graph is a mild S shape. This is how you can add contrast to your image. Let's do this from scratch. You can add a point at about 1/4 of the way on this diagonal line, and another at 3/4 of the way. Lower the first one to make your darker grays darker, and raise the other to make your light grays lighter. You can also pick the pencil from this interface and draw a crazy graph and see what you get. I will undo this change, and now let me go into the green channel, pick the pencil, and start overwriting this graph. I will add green over the dark shadows here, and I will lower the green, that is, I will add magenta over the lighter areas of my image. Curves is a bit more advanced than Levels and color balance, so don't feel obligated to start using it right away. But be aware that it's there, and when you feel ready, you can start exploring it further. In GIMP, you can access the Curves window from the main menu under Colors, Curves. It all functions the same. We can add contrast to the image by adding points and creating the subtle S-shaped graph. And if we want to use the pencil to draw in our own graph over the histogram, we can use this drop-down list to select the freehand option.